All right, so today we're talking about two incredibly unique master plan communities here in Southwest Florida. We've got Babcock Ranch and Ave Maria. Both, as with the majority of the newest and largest master plan communities being built here in Florida, are east of I-75, and each offers a vastly different vibe. So if you're trying to decide which of these, or really any of the new master plan communities here in Southwest Florida could be your next home, then this is the video for you. First, let's take a look at an overview of each community, starting with Babcock Ranch. Now, Babcock Ranch is known as America's first solar-powered town. They emphasize sustainability using modern technology and a strong connection to nature. It was designed from the ground up as a self-sufficient community with a solar farm that generates enough electricity to power the entire town when it's completed. Eco-friendly homes and hurricane-resilient infrastructure were also included. From day one, it incorporated schools and even healthcare facilities to make sure that while you are close enough to both Fort Myers and Punta Gorda to go into town when you want, you rarely need to if you don't want to. This provides you with the peaceful tranquility of living out in nature while still having everything you need within a short walk, bike ride, or golf cart ride, rather than a long drive in the car. If you aren't familiar with where it's located, Babcock Ranch straddles the border of Charlotte County and Lee County, both east of Fort Myers. Babcock spans roughly 18,000 acres, of which 50% of it is dedicated to green space, and the vast majority, roughly 90% of the building that will be done on land that had previously been disturbed by either mining, farming, or ranching. So they took really great care in planning the development to disturb as little untouched nature as possible, and even worked hard to restore a significant amount of previously damaged wetlands. Now, does this sound like a place you would want to call home? Ave Maria, meanwhile, leans heavily into traditional family values and community. It was developed with a Catholic church and university at its heart, and it offers small-town charm with a family-oriented atmosphere. It's known for its Mediterranean-inspired architecture, its walkable town center, and religious and cultural events. Ave Maria is located in eastern Collier County, east of Naples. So it's a bit further south in Southwest Florida, where Babcock is more in central Southwest Florida. Ave was also designed from the beginning to be a self-sustaining town with its visionary understanding that in order for the church and university to thrive, they would need a growing population to help support them. It is definitely a bit more remote, but that is by design and offers a really tight-knit community feel while also keeping a significant focus on the nature around it and the environment, both in and around the community. The development of Ave Maria consists of about 5,000 acres, plus as part of the developers created the Rural Land Stewardship Program, which supports the protection of an additional 17,000 acres of nature preserve in and around Ave. Now, being that Ave was founded upon traditional family values and community, as well as having a university at the heart of it all, education plays a huge role in that, and Ave has no shortage of school options. There are private pre-K through high school options, plus the university right here inside Ave itself, plus being located in Collier County with one of the highest rated school districts in the state. You have access to excellent public school options for all ages nearby as well. And the county is even building a new public elementary school right here in Ave, which is expected to be open for the 2026-2027 school year. Are you starting to form an idea of which might be the better fit for you? Both offer multi-generational living within the community while still providing the separation that some desire within the individual neighborhoods, such as separate 55-plus neighborhoods like Regency in Babcock and Del Webb Naples in Ave. as well as country club neighborhoods like Babcock National and Webb's Reserve in Babcock and the National in Ave, which are not 55 plus, but have a decidedly more mature amenity focus, while other neighborhoods within each community have amenities like playgrounds and water parks for the kids to enjoy, and yet others have no amenities at all for those of you more interested in the most budget-friendly neighborhoods that still allow you to live the lifestyle you always envisioned. Now, speaking of lifestyle, let's talk about the lifestyle that each community has to offer. Living in Babcock Ranch provides you with incredible amenities, state-of-the-art schools, a robust trail system for biking and walking, and that focus on outdoor living we talked about earlier. You'll find restaurants, a beautiful lakeside boardwalk, and a community garden, all right at your fingertips. Babcock also integrates smart technology in the homes and the public spaces, including 1 gig wireless internet everywhere throughout the entire community. It also has its own grocery store, general store, doctor's offices, and even physical therapy right here in the neighborhood. Plus a fire station right next door and a gas station just outside the community. Parks and green spaces, sometimes referred to as third spaces, basically somewhere other than your home or work/school that you could go to ideally for free. We don't often find many of those these days, right? Babcock is loaded with them. In fact, I can't think of a single community with more parks and green spaces anywhere in Florida. There are currently about 50 miles of usable trails with over 100 miles planned by the time Babcock is complete. There are 6 dedicated parks, including Founders Square and the dog park, plus a multitude of green spaces and the massive usable lakes. Yes, that means you can canoe, kayak, and fish in them. In the Westtown phase, and then 6 new themed parks, of which Bluebird Park is a massive playground style park built around a giant climbable bluebird with shaded canopies. Wow, what a novel idea in Florida, right? Put some shade out there. Hillcrest Park that is built on top of a hill for climbing, sliding, and rolling options, as well as a 2-story observation tower at the top. The Lagoon, which is a large lake with a dedicated fishing pier and pathway all the way around it. Then Explorers Park, which is another playground style park, but with custom equipment designed to specifically spark imagination, as well as with special sensory areas for those with special needs. Plus a labyrinth and that community garden we talked about. And then Bark Park, which is intended to be the ultimate dog park with separate spaces for both small and large dogs, as well as awesome agility courses and shade pavilions. And then Palmetto Park, which is geared more towards exercise as well as play, with lots of exercise equipment, a covered basketball court, a splash pad, and a 2-story treehouse, all within the parkway in the new Midtown phase. Plus, there are 2 great golf courses. Now, for the social scene, believe it or not, this small town already has a pretty lively social scene. No, there aren't any nightclubs, but there are tons of community events, farmers markets, concerts, and clubs and activities that help create that active lifestyle to make it appealing for families and retirees alike. I personally participate in the poker club regularly and don't even live in Babcock. Who's it for? Really, it's perfect for those passionate about green living and modern amenities with an appreciation for innovation and sustainability. Now, living in Ave Maria also provides you with incredible amenities, including a university, which provides sporting events right here in your backyard. You've also got multiple parks open to all residents, 2 golf courses again, and a town center with shops, dining, and that landmark church. Plus, a water park and fitness center add to its charm for all ages. Ave also has its own gas station, grocery store, hardware store, salons, fire station, doctor's offices, chiropractor, and dentist's office right here on site, plus the sports facilities. There are, of course, the 2 golf courses we mentioned before, but beyond that, there are the university athletics to watch for entertainment or to participate in if you're a student athlete, as well as baseball, softball, soccer fields, plus tennis, pickleball, basketball, and beach volleyball courts. You also have the option to join the National Racket Sports Center, even if you don't live in the National, which is one of the country club neighborhoods. For social scene, this is geared more towards faith-based events, community gatherings, and a focus on that close-knit living. Now, who's it for? It's going to be ideal for those valuing community, tradition, and a slower pace of life, with a strong emphasis on faith and family. Now let's talk real estate and what it costs to live in each of these incredible communities. So in Babcock Ranch, median prices are going to hover in the mid 400,000s, but vary greatly depending on the type of home you're looking for, the neighborhood, and the features you choose. Condos start in the mid 200s, townhouses and villas start in the high 200s, single family homes start in the mid to high 300s, depending on the neighborhood, of course. And then 3-car garage homes tend to start in the mid 400s. I always like to point out the 3-car garage homes because in golf cart friendly communities like these, it is very easy to find yourself in need, or at least in desperate want of that 3rd garage space, with most households using at least part of their garage for storage and having at least 2 cars plus that golf cart. And then the luxury homes start in the high 300s and the custom builds start in the 600s. Now keep in mind, these are starting prices and are good at the time of filming this video. However, the builders can change pricing up or down at any time depending on demand, and these prices also do not include any options or upgrades. And always remember, call us before going in to look at any new homes or existing homes, because with the new homes, the builders offer special incentives to us for our clients, meaning you, because we bring them so many buyers. And of course, you need someone to be able to get you in to see the existing homes. And you need someone with the knowledge of both new and existing to be able to negotiate the best deal for you either way. Now, in terms of housing styles, single family homes dominate Babcock Ranch, though there are quite a few townhouses and villas. Villas have been around for a while, but the townhouses are just starting to come in now. And then there's the condos and the country clubs. Now, the growth potential, Babcock is rapidly expanding with new neighborhoods and commercial spaces under development all the time. As far as HOA fees go, these will vary based on the neighborhood, with the ones with the most amenities and maintenance included being, of course, the highest, though most of them are going to be in the $200 to $400 a month range, and all of them will include that 1 gig of internet speed. Most of them are going to take care of lawn maintenance, and all will also give you access to all of the parks, the lakeside clubhouses, and the pools. As far as taxes go, these are going to vary based on the home because they're based on the value of the home, but in general, they will typically range between $5,000 and $15,000 per year. And then for insurance, this is another that's going to vary because, again, it's based on value, also the age of the home, and the features that your home has. But since all of the homes here are quite new, insurance in general will be quite low relative to the overall area. And most of Babcock is not in a flood zone, meaning you would not need additional flood insurance on them. However, there are some homes that are in a flood zone. So this is, again, something you really need to talk to us about because it's not easy to tell one from the other, and they could literally be right next door to each other. Now in Ave Maria, home prices are generally more affordable with median prices in the high 300s. This makes it a great option for budget-conscious buyers who still want that well-planned out, small-town feel and the lifestyle offered by these amazing communities. Condos here start in the 240s, villas start in the 340s, the small single-family homes also start in the 340s, and that ever-popular 3-car garage homes start in the high 400s. There are not currently any townhome options in Ave, And again, these are starting prices and are good at the time of filming this video. The builders can change pricing up or down at any time depending on demand, and these prices do not include any options or upgrades. And as always, remember, call us before going to look at any home, new or existing, because with the new homes, those builders offer special incentives to us for our clients, you, because we bring them so many buyers. So keep that in mind. Now, in terms of housing styles here in Ave, there is a nice mix of single-family homes, villas, and condos, primarily all with that Mediterranean styling. For growth potential, Ave has been around for more than 10 years longer than Babcock, so it's a bit more stable and established, but still growing quite a bit as well, adding new homes and amenities every day, and there's still quite a ways to go here. Now, as far as taxes and insurance in Ave go, they tend to be lower than what you're going to find in Babcock because the home values are lower. That being said, it's a similar percentage, so you're really not going to run into a difference in percentage there per se. It's really just that because the home values are lower, the taxes and insurance will be lower. The HOA fees do tend to be a little bit lower because most of the communities here in Ave tend to have slightly less amenities. However, when you compare the National in Ave to, let's say, Babcock National, which are both being built by the same builders, very similar amenities, those fees are going to be very similar. Now let's talk about location and accessibility. Babcock Ranch is about 30 minutes to downtown Fort Myers or downtown Punta Gorda, and about an hour 15 to Fort Myers Beach. In terms of accessibility, it is fairly convenient for commuters working in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, Punta Gorda, or Port Charlotte. It's about 45 minutes to either the Fort Myers or Punta Gorda airports, or if you need a larger airport, either Tampa or Fort Lauderdale are about 2.5 hours away. Miami is about 3 hours, and Orlando is about 3.5 hours away. There are doctors right here in Babcock Ranch for regular appointments, and there are new offices plus an urgent care facility as well as employment-related medical services that are scheduled to open in early 2025. Currently, the closest hospital is either Lee Memorial in Fort Myers or Fawcett in Port Charlotte. They are each roughly 30 to 45 minute drive depending on traffic. There are firefighters and EMS right next door though, so if you have an emergency, just call 911. They're going to get you there faster than you would be able to. Now, as far as Ave Maria goes, it is around 45 minutes to Naples and an hour and 15 minutes to Fort Myers, and also about an hour and a half to the Fort Lauderdale, Miami area. In terms of accessibility, it definitely feels more remote, which is going to be a pro for those seeking privacy, but a con if you have to commute for work. It's about an hour to the Fort Myers airport, or an hour and a half to Fort Lauderdale, or 2 hours to Miami, or about 3.5 hours to either Tampa or Orlando airports. There are doctors right here in Ave as well, including ones that offer vision, hearing, dental, and mental health care. There's also a veterinarian, multiple chiropractors, dialysis, and even OB care right here in the neighborhood. An urgent care facility is also under construction. And there's a fire station here providing fire and EMS coverage as well. The closest hospital is 30 to 45 minutes away from Ave as well, so having the fire station and EMS right in town is super important to make sure you can get quick care in case of an emergency. Now let's talk about the pros and cons of each community, starting with Babcock Ranch again. The pros here are sustainability-focused living, cutting-edge technology, and amenities. The walkability, the amount of activities already available here, and its proximity to larger cities like Fort Myers. Now the cons for Babcock are the higher price point, and it might feel too planned or cookie cutter for some, though I do feel like they do a better job than many master plan communities with exterior design variation here because there's so many different builders. And for Ave Maria, the pros are going to be that it's such a family and faith-oriented community. The more affordable homes compared to Babcock, or really any other large master plan community like this anywhere in the state. Having the university right here in town, offering college without having to pay for room and board, as well as the collegiate sports and activities for the community to enjoy supporting, and the walkable small town vibe. Now for the cons for Ave, the more remote location, and that while there are definitely quite a few activities, they are a bit more limited in diversity compared to Babcock. Now, choosing between Babcock Ranch and Ave Maria really boils down to your priorities. Are you drawn to innovation, eco-friendly living, and a modern vibe? Then Babcock Ranch might be calling your name. Or do you prefer a traditional community-centric lifestyle with strong faith and family values? Then Ave Maria could be your perfect match. Whatever your decision, remember that Southwest Florida offers something for everyone, and we are here to help you find your dream home in paradise. So give us a call to get your search started today, or if neither of these communities sounds quite like the perfect fit for you, check out these other videos of some of the other Southwest Florida cities that offer the same sunshine and warm weather in a little bit different flavor.